what have you been watching recently? I haven't really been on Letterboxd recently.
I did start watching, and I didn't finish, and the rental's over, so I guess I'm never going to see the ending of the movie, but it doesn't really matter because it wasn't that good. I started watching the Silent Night, Deadly Night remake, the Bloody Disgusting produced one with Rowan Campbell.
Yeah.
I didn't have a lot of, like, faith going into it that it was going to be all that in a bag of cheese, but it's fine. It's so it wasn't gory enough, like, and when the marketing was coming out for it, because it came out like late last year,
I think so.
sort
I
of
think
for the
it was
holiday
like for
season.
Christmas.
Yeah, it was touted as like from the studio and people behind Terrifier 2 and 3 or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's like it doesn't really. Maybe it did in the last 30 minutes, and I just didn't see it. But like, it didn't reach the high highs of like absolutely gonzo gore, in my opinion. And so I didn't log it on Letterboxd because it didn't feel fair. Because I don't log movies that I don't finish. So
Wow, a martyr. I'm proud of you. I haven't seen it.
I
didn't know it was a remake at all, though.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I don't think it's for me. I'll be honest.
No, it won't be. What about you? What are you watching?
I just watched Iphigenia, which is a Greek movie from 1977.
Okay, great.
About the the Battle of Troy. Yes, and like the Trojan War. Yeah, and like the Trojan Wars, like leading up to that, and it's about the King Agamemnon. I don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't. Whatever.
Sure.
He accidentally shoots a sacred deer, and the gods are like, well, in order for you to be able to fight this war, you do have to kill your daughter. And
hang on, he killed a sacred deer?
Yeah.
So it was a killing of a sacred deer, huh?
He's Greek. We're all Greek.
Yeah, so this all ties together
exactly
perfectly to Yorgos Lanthimos.
My guy, the Greek weird wave. So it was just like, your classic like 1970s sort of epic movie with people just making speeches about, I'm doing this for Greece. I'm not doing this for myself. It's about Greece.
A selfless act.
For Greece.
That and My Big Greek Wedding are like
exactly the same.
Up there.
It was pretty good.
Well, you did also, like a couple days ago, you did one marathon or like double feature. You did Elvis and Priscilla.
Oh, yeah. We can.
And then you watched Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
I was going through it that day.
You were.
I am going to be a guest on a podcast called Hard Ticket the day that this comes out, actually. And
wow.
Their whole kind of shtick is two movies that have something in common. These two, Priscilla and Elvis, have more in common than I feel like a lot of their other matchups are. But you pick, if you think you're signing up for a double feature, but you actually have to pick one over the other. And I said yes to Elvis. And so I was like, you know what? What if I just go nuts and watch them 100% back to back? And it was crazy.
And so did you couple Portrait of a Lady on Fire too in that same day, or was that a different
Portrait
sort
of a Lady on Fire. I got home from recording the podcast at their house, and then I was like, you know what? It's snowing out, and I had 2 ciders. Let's just fire up Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
I think that's when you texted the group chat.
Because it's so good. I hadn't seen it in a while. I hadn't been in that, emotional 2 ciders deep on a snowy Friday night in a while. And I hadn't watched it, but man, it's such a beautiful movie. Love, man. Happy Valentine's Day.
Happy Valentine's Day. Today, yes, our episode 7 here on I Think You'll Hate This is our Valentine's Day sort of centered episode. Our main topic today, we're going to be looking at 61 famous movie couples. That's a lot to get through.
Cite our sources. Cosmopolitan.
This comes to us from Cosmopolitan. I believe it was posted in 2023, so it's like 2.5-ish years old. I tried to look for something that was a bit more current, but I mean, beyond like an IMDb curated sort of like user list. I wanted to go something with a little bit of publication to it.
Yeah.
Somebody that like vetted this within the office space was like, what do you think? Where do we have this at number 5? Are we cool with this? And like taking a group poll here. So that's going to take up the majority of our episode here today. But of course, we always do like to start out with a little simple news story today. And Tina, it is your day
Yeah,
of all days.
spoiler, we're recording this on Super Bowl Sunday, so the Super Bowl was top of the mind for me. Go Seahawks. You'll know if they won or
Agreed.
not by now. But since the Super Bowl has historically been this time when people will show off new movie trailers, I wanted to see what sort of rumors, what confirmed trailers we have
Oh, nice.
for this evening. So, one of the confirmed ones, Scream 7. They have already uploaded it, though, to YouTube, so you can watch it now.
I will say, just as a sidebar in general, that it's doing a lot this year, this trend, but they've done it a lot in the past previous Super Bowls of, hey, we're just going to movie trailers in general, but also like just the Super Bowl commercials.
Yeah.
We're going to put it out early.
And I'm like, what's the point?
For why?
I hate
you
it.
spent all that money because all those eyes are going to be, save it.
Right.
I've never understood that. Like, I've actually found myself like scrolling on Instagram and I'll see something. It's like Super Bowl commercial. And I say, nope.
No.
Because for me, especially now with the Seahawks versus the Patriots, I really don't I mean, I'd love to see the Patriots lose, which would be cool. But I don't really have a horse in this race. So like, I do just go for like the drinks, hanging out with people and watching the funny commercials and movie trailers. So like, that's what I'm looking forward to. So stop posting them early, but Scream 7, that's coming out in like 2-3 weeks. We don't need this.
February 27th is when it's coming out. So not even 2 weeks away, 19 days away from recording.
Yeah.
I agree. And I also this year got like PR emails about, here's our Super Bowl commercial. And I'm like, this is not my business. Send it to me Monday morning. I don't want to see it now. Yeah. Okay.
Are you assuming I'm not going to tune into the Super Bowl?
Imagine. At least, like, I'm there for the drinks. I'm there for the vibes. The Lions will make it one day, hopefully, but not this year. Into rumored, they have Hoppers, which is the new Disney. Is it Pixar? Yeah,
Pixar.
Disney Pixar. Coming out March 6th. Disney is always there during the Super Bowl, so I wouldn't be surprised. They also say Super Mario Galaxy movie is a rumor.
That makes sense.
Also makes a ton of sense to me. Mandalorian and Grogu, also a rumor. Sure. But so it is Yoda? I've never watched it.
Grogu.
Is Yoda.
No. Grogu is a different alien of the same species as Yoda.
I see. Okay.
And there's another one named Yaddle that's on the Jedi Council in episode 1. Has like a long hair braid. It's really interesting.
I'll have to look that up. I'll have to look into Yaddle. I don't know. But Grogu kind of looks like my dog if you dyed her green. So I'm like I could see it.
Frankie should go as Baby Yoda for Halloween.
Oh my God, she could. Then I'd have to be the Mandalorian, and that's not for me. They also say Disclosure Day is rumored, I think, because it is a Universal one, and I'm like 80% sure this is the NBC Super Bowl tonight. But I could be wrong.
Sure, probably.
Who cares? Toy Story 5 is another one rumored. Minions 3.
Are they not already up to Minions 3? I thought have we not already passed that? There was Minions, then Minions Rise of Gru, and now this is Minions 3 proper, or?
Nick, I have no idea.
You're right. Minions. Okay, so we had Minions in 2015, then Minions: The Rise of Gru that came out 7 years later, and now here we are 4 years later with Minions 3. So they didn't have a 2 for The Rise of Gru, but they're bringing it back for 2026. Minions 3. Interesting.
Well, thank goodness someone's thinking of the Minions. It's just for that Italian guy. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, the guy was he an ice skater or something?
His whole
routine. I saw that. Yeah, I don't know the context. Was that part of the Olympics this year or something?
Yes, his whole routine is like set to the Minions music. And he's dressed like a minion.
I love the human spirit.
Unbeatable. Supergirl will have something included in the Puppy Bowl. I think Crypto will make an appearance.
Crypto.
Yep.
Good.
And then now we're up to trailers that they say for sure will not be included.
Will not?
Yes.
Oh.
We've got Moana, which
Who
fine.
cares?
I don't care. The Odyssey, which I'm not surprised. Old Chris
Yeah,
doesn't like a lot of stuff leaking out ahead of time.
that's fair. I'm fine with that.
That's fine. Spider-Man Brand New Day is also a no.
That's a shame.
Avengers Doomsday is also a no. And
That's a shame,
then
too.
no trailers coming from Netflix, Apple, Warner Brothers, Sony, or Amazon MGM.
I need there to be something. I would be shocked if there's no Marvel. Because I think from everything that you've already listed, there wasn't any at all. Like,
No.
it just would be kind of...
I mean,
You could
Marvel
even replay-
historically has been there. I mean, I feel like that's
Yeah.
where we got, like, Endgame or whatever the other one is. Thunderbolts,
Sure.
I think, had one. But, yeah, I would be surprised, especially because it's been in such a slump that I think they need to get something
The momentum
to get the people
to start
back.
building.
Yeah.
Yeah. And because, you released over the course of 4 weeks 4 different vignettes of trailers in front of Avatar Fire and Ash featuring, Steve Rogers, Thor, the X-Men, things like that, Wakanda. So like even if they did like a mashup sort of like blend of those trailers to like formally again announce to audiences watching the Super Bowl, like cuz this is like, if I'm not mistaken, the #1 most televised event like in general every year. So you have a lot of eyeballs there. Why not put something out there just to continue to remind people that this movie's coming out? Spider-Man comes out before then, though, in July.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's already done wrapping, if not just pickups and stuff.
Yeah.
A little tease there. I would be shocked if there's no Marvel presence. What I miss, though, from previous years is surprise drops.
Yes.
I remember the year that the first teaser for Nope dropped.
Yeah.
And that was like, whoa, what the hell is this movie? And it was like from Jordan Peele, and everyone's like, oh shit, like after Us and Get Out and everything, getting all pumped. And then to a lesser degree, it wasn't that successful, but I remember like the excitement of it was, this was probably like 2018, maybe 2019. They like shadow dropped a teaser for the Cloverfield Paradox and then said it's live right now on Netflix.
That was
and
so
I
cool.
thought that was so cool. Movie's not great.
Well, I did stop watching the Super Bowl to go watch Cloverfield Paradox that year, though. So
hey, that's wild.
That's something. That's something. Yeah, I wish there was more, like a little more razzle dazzle to it, a little more excitement. And it's the same issue as what we're seeing with the other ads of the year, where it's like they are afraid to just let it exist in the short real time of the Super Bowl, which is what the whole purpose is. And like, I don't know. I think it's kind of sad. I think it takes away from the excitement of the game. If you're there for the ambiance of the game and everything around the game, as opposed to like rooted interest in the football happening. So
yeah, and I can't imagine like being in a room watching the Super Bowl and a commercial shows up and then some guy's like, "Oh, this one's great," and you just look at them like, "Oh, did you just watch this early?"
Did you work on this?
Yeah, what's your deal here? Like nobody wants to be around that guy, so
No.
like don't give us the opportunity to be around that guy. Make it all a surprise for everybody. I'm going to go ahead and just, obviously this is released on Valentine's Day, coming up on that weekend, so the Super Bowl will already be passed by the time folks are listening to this, but I'm going to go ahead and just like shoot my shot right now and say we're going to get something from Marvel. And there will be one surprise shadow drop. Not shadow drop like watch the movie now, but a trailer for something that's coming out this year that nobody knew was going to be here.
Does the Yorgos Lanthimos Emma Stone Squarespace ad count for you at all in any of this?
No, because I know that that's coming, and I'm mad that like I've known about that for a week. It's been I saw it all over Twitter, and I was just like, "What are we doing here?" Anything else on Super Bowl trailers? Are you good?
That's it. Let's talk about some romance. Let's do it.
Starting at the bottom. Now, I don't know. I'm gonna quickly scroll all the way back up without looking and spoiling myself. Trying to understand, is this a ranking? I don't believe so. When it comes to compiling an official list of the most famous movie couples, we have high standards. The couples have to be aspirational in some way, the chemistry palpable, and most importantly, the love has to be intense, even if they never get their happy ending. Okay.
So this is just
here are the
good on-screen romance.
Yeah, here are the 61 most famous movie couples who continue to live on in our hearts long after the credits roll. So this isn't like number one is like the
What you
top
want.
dog. It's just here are 61 that are memorable.
I
And we
think
should
let's treat
celebrate.
it as this is the order they put it in because they put it in this order. All right, 61. Gus and Hazel from The Fault in Our Stars. No. I'm sorry.
I am deeply detached from this. I don't remember. Oh God, I guess I was in high school when this was all really bubbling. The
Yeah.
novel popping off, and then the movie. I remember enjoying it, both the movie and the book to some degree. But I'm so detached from this. Like I haven't seen it or read that book again, like in
Yeah.
a decade or some plus. So I can't even rightly assess whether or not this is. It's at the bottom, so you know what? We got to start somewhere. So
Well,
fine.
my immediate no is that you got to work really hard to get me to believe that teenage emotion is more than just like idiot hormones. And I don't,
True.
especially to be put on a list of like what couples we're all still thinking about. And I don't feel like Gus and Hazel are at that level. I think I
Mhm.
could make an argument. I'm sure they're not going to show up on this list of like the 3 teenage couples that I think I could root for, but I don't think that Gus and Hazel are one of them. And he's kind of insufferable.
It's okay, I guess. I'm not offended.
I'm moderately offended, but we'll move on.
I can't immediately be offended from 61. Like if
Oh,
this
I
is the
can.
bottom, if we're calling this the bottom, I think that's fine, right? We're going from worst to best. Is that what we've said we're doing here?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. So this is Cosmopolitan thinks out of the 61 movies that they've tabulated, Gus and Hazel's relationship is at the bottom.
Sure, but I just scrolled up to 60. I'm also not loving this one. Belle and Beast from Beauty and the Beast. They have chosen the live action Beauty and the Beast to highlight. I
Mhm.
don't know if I would. I don't know if it makes a difference. But
Right.
of all the Disney couples, and I'm curious to see if this is going to be our only Disney couples in this list,
I doubt
I'm not particularly a fan of these two. Like I like the movie itself, but I'm not particularly moved by the story. I don't know if I buy into the whole Stockholm syndrome part argument that a lot of people like to take. I don't think it's great. I don't know if I'm going to say it's as crazy as Stockholm syndrome, but I don't think the circumstances of their dynamic are a phenomenal starting point.
Right. Uh, I was going through my head just the whole her being holding her
Mhm.
dad captive and all that stuff, and him just being like super aggro for most of the movie,
Yeah.
and then he's just like, "But I can dance a little bit," and
Like,
so
here's
they
a
fall in
book.
love. Yeah, and then the rose and all that jazz. I don't know. It wouldn't be my most like top Disney princess sort of romance movie that I would put here. But again, we're starting at the bottom here, so there's a great chance that better Disney romantic films make their way to the midway or top 15 or so. So
Before we
sure,
scroll,
keep them down here.
what's your like top Disney romance?
Oh goodness. Oh,
Oh,
Lady and the Tramp.
that's cute. I don't remember
That
anything about
that
Lady and the Tramp, honestly.
they eat spaghetti and kiss, and it's adorable.
Who doesn't love spaghetti, you know? All right.
All right.
59. Clark and Lois, Man of Steel.
Good old Zack Snyder.
I don't think I've seen this one. Like, obviously, I'm
I like
familiar
this
with
one a good deal.
Clark and Lois. You do. You like Man of Steel.
I do like this one a lot. Yeah.
Okay, well, pitch it to me at 59. Should it be higher?
Well,
Do you feel?
no, this feels fine. I never. I'll be honest. The Clark Lois dynamic in Man of Steel doesn't really speak to me all that much. And then later
Okay.
on in Batman v Superman and Justice League and just the whole grander DCU Zack Snyder universe, I never really bought Amy Adams as Lois Lane and Henry Cavill's Clark Kent Superman and their romance. Like I do
Yeah.
for different reasons enjoy Henry Cavill's performance as Superman and everything that Zack Snyder was doing with that character and the groundedness of it. the romance between them and their relationship was never the thing that really stuck out to me in that movie. So I think by putting it here at 59, it feels pretty fair because it's not the strongest point of the film, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would say also one of my favorite parts about the Superman that came out last year over the summer is the dynamic of Clark and Lois there. So I inherently like the dynamic of Clark and Lois. So I don't hate that they're included on this list, but I haven't seen this movie. So
this does nothing for me, admittedly.
Even this
because
picture that I'm looking at, I'm like, I don't want this.
It's so it feels so self-serious, that shot. And
yeah.
And I don't think Zack Snyder's good at developing emotions with his movies or his characters. So that's not why I go to Man of Steel. If I was going to rewatch it tonight, it wouldn't be because it's like, oh, I really care about the dynamic between Clark and Lois in this movie. It's like I can go to any other Superman movie probably and get better. So
yeah.
Oh wow, 58.
Oliver and Elio, Call Me by Your Name.
I don't have a lot to say about this because I've seen it once and wasn't particularly enthralled by it. And there's also, unfortunately, the Army Hammer of it all just kind of is a weird thing to kind of circumnavigate around. But
yeah, I'm on like I am not a Call Me by Your Name person. I don't find the romance particularly like groundbreaking, or even I didn't feel like any chemistry between the two of them either. For it to be this like all-consuming summer fling, the passion behind it I feel like was greatly missing for me. It's just kind of a wooden performance, I felt like, from both of them. That's just how it came across to me. And the only sort of emotion that I got swept up in was Timothy's dad's speech. Michael Stolberg's speech about like falling in love and what it means to fall in love, and like that sort of beautiful moment. But as far as these two, no.
Yeah, I'm gonna be swiping left on this one if I can remember how that works on dating apps. All right. I'm not gonna have anything to say with this one. 57 is Tris and 4. Is that correct? I don't know how to say it because I've never seen these movies. This is the Divergent series, I guess?
I've seen them. Yeah, I saw them a couple times in theaters. Don't you worry.
All right. Tina, go ahead. Walk me through it.
I mean, it's bad. That's it. I was just like in a time in my life where tickets were like $5 to the Disney Springs AMC because I was a cast member. And I was like, yeah, I'll go see Divergent again because I do have a soft spot in my heart for terrible teen dystopian movies that boil down to bad romances like this. There's nothing here. There's nothing going on here.
It makes me wonder, are we going to see Katniss and PETA show up?
At this rate, we are.
Because this was... With Divergent, there was then obviously the Hunger Games were popular at the time. There was the Maze Runner series. So it's almost kind of like how Colleen Hoover and Frida McFadden and all those sort of like, mom books or whatever are like super like high right now. That's how it was back in the day with these sort of like YA novels, even though technically the Hunger Games is still living on. We've had 2 movies. Well, we had 1 movie like a year or 2 ago, and we have 1 coming out this year. So it's like it never really goes away, but we were definitely at a point when it was like all over the place. And so and what even happened to like the last Divergent? Didn't something like
it never got made? That's why I think that this, to include it on this list, is nuts, because they did the whole thing like Twilight, like Harry Potter, like Hunger Games, where they split into 2. The final movie was supposed to be split into 2. So they made part 1. It was so boring, bombed. And then they never made part 2.
God, that sucks. Someone out there's a huge Divergent fan and just like will never get that movie.
Shout out to them.
What a bummer.
Let's move on. 56. What do we got? Romeo and Juliet from Romeo plus Juliet, the Baz Luhrmann version with Leo DiCaprio and Claire Danes. I had a feeling this would be on this list. I do like it on here. I think
I do too.
The two of them had great chemistry back then. Like the picture that we're looking at is from the costume party, right? The
Yeah.
Halloween party.
Hmm.
And like where the two of them, like their eyes meet through that fish tank.
Yes, that whole
So
scene is
good.
awesome.
Exactly. So the chemistry is very much here for this one. Honestly, feels a little low.
Low.
Yeah. I would
Yeah.
put it, I think, seeing how things are going, I don't understand where we're going to go.
I've got nothing else to say to this other than I was first introduced to it in high school and was a little like, this is abrasive, because I was fairly new to Baz Luhrmann's directing style, but I have since like thought on it a lot, and I own it on my sort of Apple TV, digital library or whatever, and
Yeah.
I'm jonesing to watch it again because I do remember this particular sequence being a huge standout for me. So
Yeah. And I think that
definitely
it
want to try
captures like the teenage sort of
Oh yeah.
like lust extremely well, more so than I think
Yes.
that like The Fault in Our Stars was. So
Yes.
56 feels
Oh, yeah.
strange, but let's see what we got at 55.
Yeah.
Rachel and Nick, Crazy Rich Asians. Nick, how do you feel about your fellow Nick on this list?
Henry Gold, I believe,
Yeah.
is the actor that plays
Golding,
Nick
I
in this
believe.
one. Golding. Haven't seen Crazy Rich Asians outside of on a plane from somebody that was 2 rows in front of me. This is John M. Chu, if I'm not mistaken, as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Don't have much to say. It looks cute. It looks like a solid romantic comedy type movie. I'm sure I would actually like it if I checked it out. So sure. I mean,
Sure.
having seen Romeo plus Juliet, I would put it above this just because of that on its own, but I'm not
Yeah.
offended by this by any means. I think it's fine.
I mean, I agree. I think Romeo plus Juliet should be higher. I don't particularly love this because I mean, I don't know. It's the same issue that a lot of romantic comedies have where like these two people just need to talk to each other and they just won't. But I don't know. I feel like in Crazy Rich Asians, almost their storyline takes a bit of a back seat to the larger family dynamics that are at play. So it's fine. I know that there are more books. I don't know why there's no more movies, but I like Henry Golding.
It's based
a
on
lot.
a book series?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
That's all I got. 54. Ron and Hermione.
Ron.
Harry
Ron.
Potter. Okay, so I don't like
Dude.
Harry Potter. I didn't.
Okay.
I did not grow up liking Harry Potter.
Okay.
My sister read all the books. I would take the books first, and then I would just like read the ending of it and like hold it above her head. That's my relationship to Harry Potter.
I'm not crazy about this one. I like Harry Potter. I'm actually going through the books for the first time. Like I grew up with the movies. We're both theme park enthusiasts here, so we've gone to the lands, obviously at Universal, and our friends are always down there. So I have a good affinity with Harry Potter in that respect, but I was never like crazy about the Ron Hermione type relationship, and I'm like 1/3 of the way done. 2/3 done. Pardon. 2/3 done with Order of the Phoenix, reading it. So I'm like reading that and then going to watch the movie and then back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
And I just don't see the dynamic. Like I don't see their chemistry, the relationship. Like I remember even feeling growing up watching the movies being like, and then they just kind of threw this on us. Like, and then Ron and Hermione got together and Jenny and Harry got together.
Yeah.
Harry never really was pursuing Jenny at really any time at all. But they're together. The relationships, the romantic angles of Harry Potter were always the weak point for me with that series. I never cared.
The two of them don't really have any chemistry either. I like both of them as actors now, especially with what they've kind of been doing elsewhere. But I agree. Having seen the movies, I was like, what is this? But it's the crazy. Now that I have like the barometer of Romeo and Juliet that high, the fact that we're at 54 and we've got Ron and Hermione, I don't know. I feel like I know that people love Ron and Hermione, but I think
them individually.
Yeah, I think they're interesting characters, but I think that it was like you were saying where the romance takes a back seat, where I feel like for these two characters, one who is kind of like a slacker and then one who's top of the class, you needed a little bit more like foundation building in order to get me to root for them. And I needed a little more chemistry too.
53.
Who do we got?
Jamal and Lakita, Slumdog Millionaire.
This is crazy.
I have not seen Slumdog Millionaire.
Ever?
Nope.
I saw it. Danny Boyle, right?
Danny Boyle, yeah.
Okay. I saw it like when it came out around the time. I remember Jai Ho, the song.
Yep.
Great song. I love
Banger
Dev
still.
Patel, but I really don't remember. And maybe because I watched it when I was like 12 or 13 that I wasn't paying attention to the romance of it. I'm going to withhold my judgment, but it feels like the person who wrote this was like, I need to make sure that I have some diverse couples in here. Let me just throw in some people. Because I don't feel like anybody's walking out of Slumdog being like, oh my God, love is alive.
And at this point, like the number one relationship that I've seen here, like couple wise, that is the barometer for me that I'm measuring everything else against is going to continue to be Romeo and Juliet until something takes that place.
Which is terrible because it's just two horny teenagers. And we're like, this is it. This is the pinnacle of the romance.
They've nailed it, though. That's what it is.
Okay, my
52.
God.
52. Emma and Adele.
Yeah.
Blue is the warmest color.
Trash.
I have not seen this. Go ahead, Tina. The mic is yours.
This is a terrible abusive relationship, and I hate that it's on here profoundly. And if this is on here and we keep scrolling and Portrait of a Lady on Fire isn't, I'm going to close this laptop and call it a day. I really, really, really don't like Blue is the warmest color. I think both of the actresses are phenomenal, and I've loved their work since. Like, I think that it's an incredible casting find to have the two of these in this movie. Let me see what their caption is. Oh, whatever you do, just like don't watch this movie with your parents. That's their caption. Nothing about their relationship. Cool.
Well, I will say, just to reset this as well, that the couples have to be aspirational in some way. The chemistry palpable, and most importantly, the love has to be intense. So where does Blue is the warmest color under those three criteria? Where does it more lean?
All I can think of is it's like the saddest sex scenes that I've ever seen in my life. Like, because they're so long that like you can see them just like disengaging and being like, I don't want to do this anymore.
No.
Because they're like 12 minutes.
So the ranking that the couples have to be aspirational, the chemistry palpable, and most importantly, the love has to be intense.
Okay. I mean, I guess the love is intense because the one that's not blue-haired is in high school. The girl that's blue-haired is like 20-something. So that's also a creepy dynamic that's happening.
Sure.
So it's definitely not aspirational. I don't think there was really chemistry. It was kind of the blue-haired one just being like really overbearing and kind of controlling to the other one.
Sure.
No, and I did kind of watch part of this with my mother. She hated it, so I broke their little rule. She did not like it. Well, 51. I didn't scroll up. What's 51?
I called it. Katniss and Peeta, Hunger Games.
This is just trauma bonding. I'm sorry. Okay, what are your thoughts?
I'm so detached from this franchise, and I read all 4 books. The original, there's 4, right? No, there's 3 books. They split up the last one into okay. So I've read all 3 of the main trilogy books and seen the movies. I have not revisited them. I don't care. I don't have any bad words to say about the Hunger Games. I'm just like at a place in my life where I just don't need that. I'm good. I was never crazy about the relationship between Katniss and Peeta.
Me neither.
Never really cared. I was always kind of a team Gale, I'll be honest.
Okay, well, that's psychotic. I was a team nobody. Everyone is going through too much for them to be thinking about this.
If I had to pick between the two, and there was no option of like she can just be her own person, like, which is fine, but like that was never the option presented in front of me. It was always like Team Jacob, Team Edward, Team Peeta, Team Gale. So it's like, if you're gonna present a binary choice for me, I'm going Gale. I'm not going Peeta.
Doesn't he kill his sister though?
Gale?
Yeah.
I don't think so, but
I'm
maybe.
like pretty sure that he's like the one that does the strike that kills her sister in the last book.
According to the internet, Gale Hawthorne does not directly kill Primrose Everdeen, but he is indirectly responsible for her death.
And you know what? If it happens in West Side Story, it can happen here too. But them at 51?
Nah.
All right, we also got to book it because we've only done 10.
Yeah.
Okay. Brokeback Mountain, Ennis and Jack, number 50. How do you feel about these little sad cowboys?
This is one that I haven't seen in quite some time. Ang Lee. Look, it's cool to see Heath Ledger here. I much prefer this than Timothée Chalamet and Armie Hammer and Call Me by Your Name.
I would agree with that.
It wins points there.
I don't really feel. I didn't
you?
feel the chemistry. I don't feel like the emotional pull of it.
In Brokeback?
Yeah, in Brokeback,
Okay.
it doesn't really speak to me. I don't know.
Okay.
I just never really connected with it. Never felt that yearning, and I think it's just like the performances feel a little stilted and guarded in a way that I think was kind of common with queer storytelling in the early-ish 2000s. But
Sure.
I'm not a Brokeback girly. All right, 49. Mark and Bridget Jones' Diary.
I have nothing for this, unfortunately.
It's not for me. I've seen them. This is a no for me. I haven't seen it or like thought about it enough. I've seen Bridget Jones' Diary and I think maybe the second Bridget Jones' Diary. But after I watched both, I was like, there's like, this is not like a healthy, fun relationship. And then I was like, I don't want to continue down this path. So
I've lost track of how many diaries that she's done. So.
Too many. All right, 48. Wesley and Buttercup, The Princess Bride. How is this only 48?
This should be up higher.
This should be up so much higher. I loved these two as a kid.
I remember watching this at a friend's house, and I believe that they had, this is going to date it, or just how crazy this is that they got this from Netflix by disc, sent in the mail. And I watched it at their house, and it opened my eyes to so many things.
I loved it.
What a great movie.
I think that's like one of the movies as a kid. I think it fits all of this criteria that they've listed for their list. But some like the As You Wish thing really messed me up as a kid. I was like, this is beautiful. This is what love should be. And I think it's just all so sweet and so well done. And I don't know. I'm sad that it's only 48. This is not right.
I am too.
This is not
You said As You Wish, and I don't know why my brain got its wires crossed, and I was thinking about that guy in Holes where he's like, I can fix that.
Oh, okay. If they're not on it, I'm rioting. Sam the Onion Man and Kissing Kate Barlow.
Sam the Onion Man.
They taught me what love is. Let's be honest here.
47. Mia and Sebastian, La La Land. I think this should be higher. I have
agree.
a real soft spot for this movie.
I agree. I think it's something really special that this is a love story. I just looked off into the distance, and in front of me is my La La Land poster.
Oh, okay. So real big fan.
A real big fan. I think that it speaks to what a romantic connection can do to your life and like to a person, and even like the happily ever after is not the thing that commands all romantic relationships. And I think that it does such a beautiful job of showing that the love that they experienced between the two of them guided them to what they ultimately wanted. And even though they loved each other, they cared about each other deeply, it just wasn't right. But it did help them in immeasurable ways. And they should be so much higher.
And it feels so real to
Yes.
to that end, because there's so many movies where it is like the predictable, like they get together,
Yes.
or they don't get together and it's tragic and their lives are fraught.
Mm-hmm.
But this one, it's like a perfect marriage of like they aren't together, but they're so much more enriched as a result of the impact of their relationship and the time they did spend with each other. Like they grew as individuals and ended up in a better place in their own pursuits because of each other. And I think that's it. It sends a good message to people looking for relationships that it's like it may not always work out, but on the other end of it, you could come out like a better changed person as a result of it. in so many great ways.
I
Good movie.
love too that like when they're kind of coming back together briefly, when he like shows up at her house, that they don't rekindle anything. Like it's just like truly he wants to make sure that she makes it to this audition. And the way that Ryan Gosling delivers that line of like, it's the house in front of the library. I was like, oh, that's so beautiful. I love it. All right, 46. Princess
46.
Leia and Han Solo. This is your realm, so I will defer to you. How do you feel?
This should be higher. I think
Okay.
that this is solidly within the 15-20 range, in my
Okay.
opinion. Big fan of this. I like them a lot, both individually, and I love their teasing and their chemistry. I like him. He's cocky and arrogant, but he's also like a what's the word? He's like a charmer.
Okay.
He's good with words, and he doesn't want to like show off too much emotion and too much yearning or love that he has for Princess Leia, but when it pokes through in certain moments in the films, it feels real, and I think them ultimately getting together in the end makes a lot of sense, and you can track it across the trilogy very well, and it's just iconic too. Like
Yeah.
Princess Leia and Han Solo, just in general in cinema, is like up there with a lot of the greats in my opinion. So I think this should be higher.
Yeah. I mean, it's the I love you, I know lines that are just so great. I feel like you can tell if I like a couple. I know like the quotes from their relationship.
Exactly.
This
45.
is crazy.
Troy and Gabriella, High School Musical.
I can't lie. I love High School Musical.
I would argue this should be up higher, maybe in the
Let's not
30s.
get crazy, Nick.
30s? Come
I
on,
don't
let's
know.
knock it up.
Okay.
Let's get it up there.
I guess, they sing to each other. It's beautiful. They go to college 30 some miles away from each other so they can still pursue their dreams. There's not a chance this relationship makes it out of freshman year of college, though.
We don't need to know that, though. We can live in blissful ignorance that this just worked out for these two because they're just that great.
Yeah.
All right.
44.
44, this one. Uh-oh.
A blind spot for
Tina?
you. Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy from Pride and Prejudice. I'm very happy that they chose the Joe Wright version. So this is the one with Keira Knightley and Tom from Succession, whose name is escaping me at the moment.
Matthew McFadyen.
Matthew McFadyen. I love Pride and Prejudice, the movie, but I am not 100% in on the relationship of Elizabeth and Mr. Darcy. It's just never really been my jam. But the way that they construct it in Joe Wright's version specifically is sort of enchanting, bewitching, that whole sort of beautiful thing when he's walking across that foggy meadow to her. But to me, it's never been my favorite part of Pride and Prejudice. So
What's blowing my mind is that the story of Pride and Prejudice is 200 years old.
yeah.
That's crazy. Okay, maybe I do need to
Yes,
learn
Nick.
up on this.
My goodness.
Put it on the list.
Put it on the list. All right, Quincy
43.
and Monica. Love and Basketball.
Love and Basketball. Never seen this. I can't speak to it.
I liked it a lot. I think they're very sweet. I agree with this. I think it should probably be a little higher also.
Okay.
But I think Love and Basketball is one of like that era of rom-coms. Such a beautiful time. And I really like Love and Basketball. So I like them a lot. But I don't know.
Oh.
I think they could be a little higher. I'm glad that they're higher than Troy and Gabriella, though. I will say that.
Number 42, Tony and Maria, West Side Story.
Boo.
And this is specifically the original film photograph, right?
Yes. I mean,
Okay.
I'm not surprised that they didn't use the Spielberg one. I don't feel like
I'm not either.
I like the Spielberg
I just wanted to draw that distinction so
Yes.
that people weren't like thinking, Rachel
Yes.
Zegler and Ansel Elgort. So
I mean, we've already talked about my issues with West Side Story before. I think it's crazy to just bang your boyfriend after he killed your brother. The end.
You're not gonna get me fighting you because I saw this for the first time in high school on stage and was not particularly moved or blown away by it on any facet. So I'm pretty cold on West Side Story in general. I thought Spielberg's was pretty good.
Yes.
For what it's worth. But this isn't a musical that holds a lot of stock for me. So I'm neither here nor there on this.
No.
I recognize its significance, to, theater and all that jazz, but like,
yeah, it's a fun story. Like it's a movie that I enjoy watching, but not that a movie that I'm particularly like swept up in terms of the romance. Yeah. Like you could even say that, I'm going to forget their names, but Anita and her guy, I forget his name.
Couldn't tell you.
Yeah. They're a more interesting relationship, I think, than Tony and Maria. But what I think it makes the Spielberg one, I think, more interesting and watchable to me is like you feel it in Rachel Zegler's performance that she is like will throw her whole life away for this boy. You don't feel it the other way around, but that's what I like about it. But it's not a romance that I'm aspiring to have. My goodness.
41. Sally and Harry when Harry met Sally. They should have just done Harry and Sally so that it's easier for me to say this.
They tripped you up real hard on that
They really did. Higher than Troy and Gabriella, really?
I don't like when Harry met Sally, and I hate having to air this information out loud.
I think that's fine. I'm not crazy about it either, so this is a safe space.
Okay, thank you so much. I don't really feel their connection. I love Meg Ryan, but to me there's a lot of bicker, and I think the fine line of bickering and romance I think is very difficult to manage to come across in a way that makes you feel pulled toward it. To their bickering, I felt like bickering, like they didn't like each other, and it didn't really interest me.
Sorry, when Harry met Sally.
Sorry.
40.
No.
Edward and Bella. The little caption for this says chemistry you can really sink your teeth into. Now, I get that that's like a pun to the whole vampire side of things, but you can't honestly tell me that their chemistry is the thing that like is good about this, because I never bought their chemistry for a second in that franchise.
No. And that, like, it's the whole thing that this rides on, is that, like, they are so profoundly in love that they have to, I don't know, break the vampire laws or whatever. I did not like.
Well, I don't think there's a lot working to their advantage either. Like with respect to Kristen Stewart and Robert Pattinson.
You mean like script-wise?
Script, some of the directing choices, like I sort of hate watch or like watch for like just the drama and the sort of like soap opera nature of these films. I don't think any of them are good by any stretch of the imagination, but I have seen the franchise a number of times, and yeah, their relationship is just completely surface level, like hard, like not even, there's no yearning. No. And any yearning is just like awkward and like uncomfortable and weird. No, this should be knocked down. I don't like that.
It shouldn't even be on this list. 39. John and Jane from Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah, I'm not shocked that this is on here.
I'm a little shocked.
I'm shocked at how high it is. I mean, you got to put Brangelina on here somewhere.
I don't think we need to. We can just put Angelina by herself on here, and I think that would be delightful. But having rewatched this movie because I love Adam Brody, and Adam Brody's in this movie very briefly, I think they're just picking this based off of the fact that they were both hot at that time, and then it like caused the whole Brangelina thing. I don't feel like there's anything particularly notable about this. I also wouldn't want to be a spy who also has to kill my partner. Like, this is not aspirational. They've forgotten their own criteria.
You know what this made me think that should be on this list that won't be, because this thing is like 3 years old? Black Bag.
Oh, yeah. Black Bag should absolutely be here. You want to talk about chemistry. Whew.
38.
Peter and Laura
Peter.
Jean, to all the boys I've loved before.
I have seen this movie.
I'm happy this is here. I do think that they had a very sweet little chemistry. I don't know if it's aspirational because these are teenagers. But I do believe is similar to like what we were talking about with Romeo and Juliet is like these two feel relatable and real and like captured the high school emotion of it all. So aspirational in the sense that like would have been cool to have a relationship like this in high school, but not now. I don't need it.
Yeah. 37. This is a big one. Noah and Allie, The Notebook. I'm not particularly crazy on The Notebook. I'd seen it once or twice maybe growing up. I don't have a real strong recollection of it or how I felt about it. I think it should be. I think that this is fair. I think where it's at is okay. I'm okay with this.
I think they should just replace this and instead put that clip from the VMAs of Rachel McAdams launching herself into Ryan Gosling's arms and then making out on stage. I think that to me is a better love story than anything that happens in the
You know
Notebook.
what's crazy is that I feel like I got served that video somewhere on my Instagram or whatever, because you describing that, I'm 90% sure I saw that today, which is weird.
It changed my life as a young child. I was like, oh, okay. I think he's wearing like a Darfur shirt. It's crazy. Everything about it is a crazy video.
36, Holly and Paul, Breakfast at Tiffany's.
I don't really remember much about Breakfast at Tiffany's except the opening scene and the really racist Mickey Rourke character. So
suffice to say, okay, where this is at. I would, you know what, in lieu of the movies that I have seen on here and remember the relationships better, I'm going to say maybe this should go down.
Yeah, maybe.
But I think I'm making some more enemies at that rate, so.
35. We've got Baby and Danny from Dirty Dancing. Isn't he like way older than her?
I think so.
Yeah, we don't
That's
need
a common thread that we're seeing in this list.
It's a common thread that we see in Hollywood, but unfortunately, it is the reality. You know what? Let me take this moment to instead plug Dirty Dancing 2, Havana Nights with Diego Luna, a far better film.
Whoa, Diego Luna?
Yeah.
My boy from
Andor and Rogue One.
Andor? 24% rotten on Rotten Tomatoes.
No,
is scathing.
I'm going to write a review. And rate it fresh. I got to use these powers for good that I've been given.
34, Carrie and Mr. Big, Sex in the City.
Are we we're doing TV now?
There was a movie.
Oh, right.
I've got nothing to say to this.
I've never seen Sex and the City, but from what I've heard, I don't think this is a good relationship.
Yeah. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I don't think this is a good relationship.
No.
33, Sarah and Derek, Save the Last Dance. Who is that? I can't remember her name.
Julia Stiles? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
This I can't understand what movies that whoever compiled this list watches. I don't understand their taste. I don't understand how we got here. But this Save the Last Dance is not a good movie.
Yeah, I'm putting this above Princess Bride feels like
oh, I forgot we had already done Princess Bride. Oh my goodness.
32, Cher and Josh, Clueless.
Again, I'm not really rooting for these people as aspirational. They are ex-step siblings. It is kind of weird when you think about it. They didn't have to be ex-step siblings. He could have just been out and about, and that's how they found each other. It's a little uncomfortable, and also not aspirational and not like not intense or chemistry or anything.
Cosmopolitan's not following their own rules, or they're just somebody's asleep behind the wheel over here.
I want to talk to.
Oh,
okay. Now we're cooking a little bit.
Now this is good.
There we go.
31. Mary Jane and Peter Parker in Spider-Man 2. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, come on now.
Look, This is, and look at, this has nothing to do with the romance, but look at that suit. Look at the practical suit. You can feel it.
You can feel the tangible. That added so much to the chemistry. I'll tell you that
Yes.
much. No, I mean, I think that like the upside down Spider-Man kiss is still a famous image for a reason. It's because they were so compelling together. And I would also argue that Emma Stone and Andrew Garfield in their Spider-Man,
Yep.
that chemistry is out of control.
That is probably some of the best aspects of those two
Yes.
movies is their
Is the
chemistry.
two of them. It is in like sometimes when people date in real life, it doesn't go on the screen. But
Yeah.
man, at times you're watching that and you're like, should I be watching this? This feels like very
Yeah.
intimate.
Yeah, I'm pretty forgiving to those two films because of both Garfield and
Same.
Emma Stone. So
I
absolutely
own both
cool
of
with
them.
this. I do too.
All right, 30. Sandy and Grease.
Sandy?
Nope.
Ooh.
Sandy and Danny. No? Sandy and I said Sandy and Grease. And then I remembered his name is Danny.
His name's not Grease.
That's not Grease. No. What are we doing?
This is fine. 30, come on.
This is fine.
Grease was gonna show up somewhere, and I'm glad it's at least.
You
I think
realize
that this
the
is fine.
Princess Bride is way lower than this. Princess Leia and Han Solo are way lower than this.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
And we have this
I
woman
got it.
changing her whole personality for this little man.
Yeah, that's true. She does kind of like completely do a 180 on her life and fall into the smooth shoulders of John Travolta and his greased up, slicked back hair.
Exactly. And we're saying 30?
This is maybe more like 50. 29. Edward and Vivian, Pretty Woman.
I haven't seen
Pretty
Pretty
Woman.
Woman. I think I've
haven't
seen
either.
it once, but not enough to comment on it. I've only seen that
Sure.
one clip where he closes the box and like catches her fingers in it. That doesn't feel nice to me.
Ow.
Exactly.
That made me hurt. Hey, all right. He's back. 28.
There
Patrick
he
and
is.
Kat. 10 Things I Hate About You. I told you he would be here.
Of course he is, because you can't beat the what song does he sing on the Bleachers?
Don't ask me. I don't remember.
love you, baby.
Oh, that's,
I need you, baby. We gotta cut it.
Is that
or
Frankie
blur that.
Valli?
Maybe. I don't know.
Sounds like the Four Seasons.
Thank you so much. That's a great compliment for me. I remember.
27.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh.
27. I don't like this.
You think it should be higher?
I don't think this should be on the list.
Wow. Hot take.
Whew.
Tina does not think out of 61 movies that Rose and Jack, Titanic should not be on it. That's crazy.
I'll say it again. I don't like Titanic. Come at me, James Cameron. Let's go fight about it.
I like Titanic because when it was on VHS, it came in 2 VHSs, and you had to swap the tapes.
That has
thought
nothing
that's
to
kinda
do with
cool.
this relationship.
No, but that's just my take on Titanic, is that I like that. I thought that's kind of fun. Has nothing to do with the relationship.
I mean, look, we got teenagers again, or like early 20s again, and this is over the course of like 4 days.
Yeah, I think it was a 3-day cruise, 3 or 4 day excursion.
And that's a no for me. Just say you wanted to bang the hottie you met on your cruise and like, let's call it a day. Let's not pretend that you're holding on to it after all these years.
26, Jasmine and Aladdin, and specifically, if we're taking Cosmopolitan for how they've laid this out with images and stuff, this is the live action film with Naomi Scott as Jasmine.
Shout out Naomi Scott, first of all.
I like
Nothing
her.
but respect for my pink Power Ranger.
Nothing. And my girl on Smile too.
That's
Carried.
True. That's true. If we're talking about like Aladdin and Jasmine in general,
Let's do it. Let's please.
I like them. I like them a lot.
I like them too.
Yeah, I think that, where are we? 26? 26 feels solid for them. I like that their story is both of them having to go out of their comfort zones, and, you know, I got no issues here. I like Aladdin and Jasmine. Still not my favorite Disney couple, but something tells me they're not going to show up, so.
I'm very curious when we get to the end of this list. You got to let me know
Okay.
who that is. 25, Albert and Armand, The Birdcage.
Comes back to haunt you, Nick.
Comes back to haunt me, but dear viewer, I have rented it on Apple TV. I will watch it. I'm making my way through these lists so that people can get off my ass.
I can't wait for Casablanca to also be on this list somewhere, and you have to talk.
And I have to navigate around that as well. I will say, though, in fairness to The Birdcage, which, again, I have not seen, love me some Robin Williams, love Nathan Lane.
Yeah.
So them together, I think I've seen clips and stuff from The Birdcage, and I've been delighted every time I've seen it. So I have no doubt that I'm really going to enjoy this movie. So
we'll circle
happy
back
it's here.
when you've seen it, and then we can see if you feel about 25. Okay, 24 is insane.
Woo! This is fun. I like this. This is cool.
24, Reynolds and Alma from Phantom Thread.
Dude, this is crazy.
You know what?
I love this. I love the boldness.
That's what happens when you find someone who matches your freak. You almost die from poisoning mushrooms, and then you're like, God, I love my baby girl.
I'll make dresses for you forever.
Exactly. I kind of love that this is here because, like I said, it's two
I do
people
too.
who have found somebody who matches their weirdness, and they're both into the exact same thing. Good for them. And they found each other.
This would never have come across my head in terms of famous movie couples. I'm glad it is here because it does belong here when I step back and think about it.
Yeah.
But this was such a jump scare. I loved it.
But 2 things ago, we were at Aladdin, and now we're at Phantom Thread.
Phantom Thread is crazy. 23, Neo and Trinity. No.
Oh.
Sorry.
Okay.
Don't care.
Oh, okay.
I never particularly, that's not the thing I'm leaving the Matrix thinking about, admittedly. No. So it's the romance is not at the forefront of that movie in the slightest.
I agree.
So I just have to reject this outright.
Yikes.
Oh, yeah. 22.
Hell yeah. Elizabeth Swann and Will something from
Turner.
Pirates of the Caribbean. Absolutely. Gosh.
God, they're great.
They're
both so
great.
good in these movies.
I love the first movie especially is one of the best. But then when they are like getting married, somebody is like marrying them in the middle of a massive sword fight on the
That's on the third one. At World's End.
Incredible sequence. I love the two of them together. I love Elizabeth and Will.
I watched Dead Man's Chest about a month ago, the second one, and there's a scene, if memory serves, where Elizabeth Swann is like seducing Captain Jack, and it's pretty good. And Will Turner is like catching like from the distance and starts to like feel a little bit jealous because he doesn't understand like what's going on or whatever. And damn, just them, her, the casting in that movie is great. Those are good movies.
They're
Those are
so good.
The first 3 are really good.
And in the first one, when she's like coming down the stairs and he's there dropping off the sword, and she's like, "You can call me Elizabeth," and he just keeps being like Miss Swan. Ugh, I love them. I love them so much. And I love, if you've never watched the first movie with Keira Knightley's commentary, you have to.
I can't say
phenomenal.
I have.
Oh, I watched it obsessively as a child with her commentary. It's so funny.
21, Indiana Jones and Marion, Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yeah, sure.
This is my Harrison Ford boy. Like Han Solo doesn't really do much for me, but Indiana Jones is like
you like a learned man.
I do. I like a professor with his little slutty little glasses who can use a whip. I love him. I like the two of them. I don't really feel like they have much going on in the film in terms of like actual plot between the two of them. And I do think that there's a weird thing that she was like 16 when they met.
Oh, really?
I think so. I think there's something gross like that in there. But
as actors, or
I don't think
like
as
in
actors.
the
I think
movie?
in the context of the movie, she was younger. But I don't remember what. I like them in like the newer ones when you have the aged up actors.
Okay, according to Google, Marion Ravenwood is approximately 10 years younger than Indiana Jones, while Indy was in his late 20s, maybe around 26, 27, when their relationship began. Marion would have been roughly 15 to 17 years old.
Okay, I'm out. I take it all back. I don't want it.
Yikes.
Yikes, I don't want
No,
it.
thank you.
No, at 21, no, get out of here.
I'm about to my head's about to explode because I'm having like a weird revelation right now at number 20. So number 20 is Christine and Raoul,
Mm-hmm.
The Phantom of the Opera. Hang on. I haven't seen this movie.
You didn't know that's Patrick
Is that
Wilson?
that's Patrick Wilson? I like
Boy
that
can
scared me.
sing.
I saw that. Holy crap. And that's what's her name?
I don't know.
Oh, isn't she from whatever that show is that everybody Shameless? Isn't that her?
Emily Rossum?
Emmy Rossum? Yeah.
Rossum?
It looks like her.
Kinda. Yeah. I don't know. I've never seen Phantom of the Opera. I've seen it on Broadway, but
Yeah,
I didn't
that's her.
I didn't see this.
This might have to go up on my list of like get around to it because Gerard Butler, Emmy Rossum, Patrick Wilson.
Yeah. Gerard is the Phantom, right?
Eric the Phantom, yeah.
Yeah. Because
Okay.
he's Raoul. I don't know. I fell asleep when I saw it on Broadway, so I got nothing.
A ringing endorsement.
Listen, when the chandelier falls, it took so long to fall, and then I was like, well, I'm out. This is so boring. So this is not for me.
A moment that's meant to be so exciting that it ushers in the intermission. You're like, could we hurry this up?
Come
This
on.
is like
I want to go get candy.
Now I'm underwhelmed. Number 19, I love this. Tish and Fonnie, If Beale Street Could Talk.
When
This is great.
when we were thinking about just doing like our own lists, they were
Rankings.
on here.
Yep.
Yeah, they were on mine.
Yep. I had the same thought.
Yeah,
I was like going through my letterbox of like romantic movies that I've seen, and that was one of them. And I was like, this has to be on a list somewhere.
It's kind of criminal how little people talk about If Beale Street Could Talk.
Agreed.
Because it is
Agreed.
it's such a beautifully shot film. The dynamic between the two of them is just this sweet little friends, and then they like start falling in love, and it's just so gentle. I really love If Beale Street Could Talk.
I controversially or not, maybe this is my favorite Barry Jenkins film. I think it's better than Moonlight. For my taste.
You're not putting Mufasa up there?
Just this picture alone is just like making me feel so many things, and that Nicholas Britell score is
beautiful.
So good.
I love it. I need to rewatch it. I haven't seen it in a long time, but gosh,
It's
this list is now confusing me again. I don't understand. It seems like somebody else made it in the second half.
Whoa.
Number 18, Mia and Nicholas from The Princess Diaries 2.
Chris Pine. I was just talking about him last week on our previous episode of like, I only recognize him from Star Trek, but like little Nick didn't know that Chris Pine was in my life earlier than I thought with The Princess Diaries 2.
Look at him, like such a young little baby in this photo. Their chemistry is crazy.
High.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
The chemistry is
really
nuts for this movie. Yeah, the two of them.
Okay.
Put it on the list, Nick. Put it on the list. But I
17.
like it. Okay, I didn't look at 17.
17, Tina.
7. I'm pissed.
This should be higher.
Marianne and Eloise from Portrait of a Lady on Fire. You're telling me this is 17?
I'm not telling you that.
Cosmopolitan. Who wrote this? It's just the chemistry is beautiful. The way that they set up the dynamic, the whole inherent, watching it again, that scene where Marianne is painting Eloise, like after they've done a couple sessions together, and Marianne is like, I can't imagine being in your position, like having somebody look at me all the time. And Eloise is like, bitch, what do you think I'm doing right now? I'm looking at you. I also picked up on all of your little micro, just like your twitches, what you do when you're frustrated, what you do when you're annoyed, what you do, like that scene. Whew, crazy. It is crazy.
This is another one that's like on my list of movies. I keep a rolling list of movies on Letterboxd that I like want to watch again that I haven't seen in a while or have only seen once. This is one I've only seen once. I own it on Criterion. I'm very, very anxious to crack it open and watch it again. And I think all of the signs are pointing towards doing that sooner rather than later, because I've thought about Portrait of a Lady on Fire more this week than I have in quite some time. There was actually a couple months ago, I was going and grabbing a taco at a joint downtown in Cincinnati, and they just had Portrait of a Lady on Fire playing on the TV
I
in
remember
like
you
the
texted
dining
that.
hall area. I
Um,
was like, dude, this is nuts.
when I logged it, I learned that was my 11th time watching Portrait of a Lady on Fire.
Wow. Wow.
In
I'd
my
be curious.
defense, it came out as I was going through a breakup.
Oh, okay.
So that's how I got there.
Was that good for you? Was this like did this help, or was it like did it plunge you in the sadness?
I think it's a catharsis. I think it's like the moment at the end of the film where she's like hearing the Vivaldi song and she's remembering all of this stuff, and she's just like, because I think that relationship is I think it's part of why I love La La Land, is that relationship was like very similar to the one in La La Land, of like it's filled with a lot of emotion and a lot of love, but it wasn't something that like was sustainable. And so I feel like that, I mean, it's the same thing with Portrait of a Lady on Fire. There's not really a chance in hell that the two of them were gonna make it together in that day and age. And so it's like that emotional release of like, I had this great love and now I'm just crying in a theater about it. All right, Nick.
So my only connection to Casablanca is, if memory serves,
the great movie ride.
The great movie ride, the little interlude there as you walk through, or ride through rather. Look, I've gotten the emails, I've gotten the fan letters. It's heard, it's understood. I should be very cautious with how I talk about movies until I see Casablanca. Or until another movie comes up and somebody throws that at me that I have to watch before I can talk about movies.
Listen, I watched Gilmore Girls a ton as like an early teenager, and they would talk about Casablanca all the time and how it's like the greatest movie ever made, and I was like, there's not a chance that it's that good. And then I finally watched it and I was like, oh, it just like really is that good. That's why people won't shut up about it. And my hot take that will mean more to you once you've watched it is, I don't love Rick and Ilsa. I love Ilsa's other guy, whose name is escaping me at the moment. But that's what I will say about Casablanca.
Okay. This is another one. I have it on HBO. It's primed and ready to go. What I love about it already, just right off the rip, is that it's like an hour and 45 minutes. Like, perfect. There's other big classic movies. One that I actually saw that was also on HBO, Gone with the Wind. Never seen it. But that's like 3 hours and like some change. And I'm like, maybe not. So Casablanca's on the list. I hear you guys. So it'll happen.
All right,
15.
Viola and Will, Shakespeare in Love. I have not seen Shakespeare in Love.
I'm out. I don't. Who is it? Why does she look so familiar?
Because that's Gwyneth Paltrow.
Ah.
This is like when she famously, like Harvey Weinstein famously bought the Oscar for her.
Oh, interesting. Did not know.
Yeah, because I don't remember what else was in the running this year, but I think that when all the initial Me Too stuff was coming out, it like some things resurfaced that he kind of blackmailed people into. I could be wrong. Maybe we cut this if we do a little research and I'm incorrect.
Okay.
But I do think this is what she won the Oscar for.
14. Again, we're just following up with more things that I don't recognize.
Dido and Oliver from Belle. I believe I've seen Belle. Let me just check it out real quick, but I'm pretty sure I've seen it. I think it's like a take. I like Gugum and Bathara, and I think that's why I
that's who that is.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Let me type quickly. Yeah. Ama Asante directed it. She also did a crazy movie called Where Hands Touch, but I can't get into that right now. We can't be doing that. I can't.
This should be lower because I don't recognize it.
For sure. Yeah, I remember enjoying the movie, but not really being blown away. I love that this is here. This was also on my list. Number 13 is Bud and Fran from The Apartment. I love The Apartment. It is a beautiful, Nick, it's such a great comedy. And but it's also kind of sad, which is like my perfect blend of things. But he is like downtrodden, working in an office. She is an elevator operator, and he has like this long harbored crush on her because he always takes her elevator every single day. It's beautiful. It's so fun. It's a Christmas movie.
Wow.
He strains pasta with a tennis racket. I love it.
Oh, that's you coded so much. Yeah. Wow. This was on my watch list apparently on Letterboxd, so I will bump it to the top.
Yeah, it's really great. All right, number
All right.
2. What? Okay.
12. Number 12.
Sorry. Either way, I stand by my exclamation. Will and Noah from Fire Island.
I don't recognize this.
Fire Island, Andrew Ahn directed it. I want to say in 2022 or 2023. It's like a version of Pride and Prejudice, kind of, but like with gay men on Fire Island, like over the course of the summer.
Is Fire Island a place I should know, or
are you a gay man?
No. Wait, is this like a thing?
Yeah, like
I'm
Fire
Okay.
Island is like a place where a bunch of gay guys go over the summer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
It's within fairy distance of New York somewhere. I forget where.
Ah.
But it's like kind of the thing where a bunch of gay guys go spend the summer like partying, living out there, renting places or going for the day or something. But so it's like kind of Pride and Prejudice with these two guys. I don't remember who is who, if I'll be honest. I did not really like it. I didn't buy their chemistry, and it just I was not a fan of it.
Number
Should not be
11.
And now
Cyrano and Roxanne?
and we're doing a stage show version of it, or what?
Yeah, I'm very confused by this.
I don't know what this is.
Says
but either
the story
way,
of a man who hid his feelings in love letters and he let another man give his crush is haunting. Yeah, this is. I mean, that's.
I mean, no, it's the story, but I don't think that
Yeah.
like Cyrano with Peter Dinklage is a musical with songs written by the National.
Okay, and that's not what this is.
I don't think so.
Interesting.
Um,
Well, if this was the movie with Peter Dinklage, then maybe we would be having a different conversation. But I don't think that this should be so high.
no.
We got 10 more to get through. Let's run it.
All right,
Number 10.
go for it.
Ellie and Peter. It happened one night.
I haven't seen it. It's on my watch
Haven't
list.
seen it.
Yeah. They say it gets surprisingly spicy for the 1930s, so I think that just means you see her
We'll
ankle.
see about that.
It looks like you see her knee, so uh-oh.
Number 9. Eliza Doolittle and Professor Higgins' My Fair Lady.
This is not for me.
This is
No.
not also for me.
No. I don't have much more to say from that except I don't like it. Okay.
Number 8. Kathy H. and Tommy, Never Let Me Go.
I really like Never Let Me Go. I don't think I would put it this high at 8. I think that's a little nuts. But I'm happy that it's here. This is a weird list, especially if you go to number 7.
Yeah, what is
Joe
this?
and Nikki, the old guard. Also, a lot of
not
Nicks and Nick adjacent in this list. The old
That's a good
guard
name.
is the action
that
movie?
Charlize Theron
Yes.
movie? What are we doing here? That's crazy.
I don't get this one, respectfully.
No.
At all.
A Netflix original movie getting a number 7 on the 61 most famous movie couples is crazy behavior.
And for a movie that I feel like 3 people watched, and it's me, you, and whoever wrote this list. Okay, that's nuts. Number 6. You're joking. Daisy and Gatsby from The Great Gatsby?
Are we just going to talk Gatsby holistically? Because we should. Because I don't recognize these two, unfortunately, on this image, so I can't really speak to them or their performance.
The 70s version? I don't remember. I have seen it. Yeah, I got issues with this. I think the whole relationship of Daisy and Gatsby is they don't know each other. It's essentially just this unrequited romance of this guy who saw, I mean, if we're going with the Carey Mulligan version, he saw Carey Mulligan and was like, wow.
I'm in.
Which understandable, relatable.
Sure.
But then nothing else. It's just kind of like a fragile dude trying to win her over, and that doesn't not aspirational. I don't
materialist, sort of like philanthropist, billionaire, millionaire, whatever kind of guy, a mogul.
Yeah.
It's just like, a character that I don't frankly want to root for, admittedly.
No, and he doesn't really have any substance or anything because he's just spent so long trying to be something other than himself. But then when he like finally talks to Daisy, you don't even get the impression that like he has anything to say to her. He just thinks that she's hot. Number 5, Okay, wait a minute. Am I back in?
What are we doing?
I'm back in.
Nick and Lucy, the Broken Hearts Gallery.
Have you
in
seen
number
the Broken
5
Hearts Gallery?
No, is this another Netflix movie?
No. Nick, be nicer to your character. It is a really great rom-com that got lost in like the theatrical release year of 2020 or 2021.
Oh, pandemic stuff?
Yeah, that's actually like really charming. Like Molly Gordon is in this. Dacre is so funny. Like it's a really endearing story of her whose name is escaping me right now. Do you have it?
I do not have it up.
Okay,
I'm sorry.
that's fine.
Lucy. Her name's Lucy.
Oh, yeah. I meant her actor name.
The character.
Yeah.
Oh, Geraldine?
Geraldine. Yes, Geraldine. So, I mean, she's so funny, too, and all the stuff that she's been popping up in recently. But Lucy got dumped by, like, this on-again, off-again boyfriend who sucks. She gets into the back of Nick's car thinking that it's her Uber. It's not, but he kind of, like, plays along because he thinks she's cute. And then she wants to be an art gallerist and kind of develops this idea, had this idea of wanting to create a space for people to kind of pay homage to their relationships that no longer work, instead of just like hoarding the stuff at home, to like give it respect in like this little place. And so she makes the Broken Hearts Gallery, and then of course they fall in love along the way, and it's very funny and very charming, and it's a hidden gem, and I kind of love that it's here at 5.
I'm more alarmed by, in the very back corner of the image, there's
that tiger,
what looks like a
Oh, the
clown. Number 4, Black and Kevin, Moonlight.
I like this.
This was one I've only seen once. We already talked a little bit about Barry Jenkins. I do prefer his other film over this, but I remember liking it. I don't remember enough about the relationship to have strong feelings one way or the other. So
I'm a sucker for like people who had feelings for each other as teenagers, like coming back into one another's lives, and then kind of like awkwardly dancing around the fact of like their history, but then also that's like the whole reason that they're both there. So that scene that they're showing, it's like the third act of the film, is one of my favorite parts, because they're both, I mean, especially Black, he's trying so hard to be this version of himself that he is, and then immediately when he's with Kevin, it just like the walls start to crumble and he's not that guy. And I love that. I do really like Beale Street Could Talk more, but I think Moonlight it's not a far second at all.
As you were saying that, it just made me think about, like, to this movie's benefit and movies like that, I like romantic movies or movies that deal with couples that is not like your traditional, like, oh, boy meets girl or whatever, and then like they sort of go through like the normal ups and downs of a traditional framework of I like, to this one, it's like romance, younger as kids, and then like what years removed does when you're reunited, and like you have all this, like, you've grown a lot, you've learned, maybe you're a little disenchanted, but it starts to like bring back old emotions, and how do you navigate that? I like complicated relationships in romantic movies that feel a lot more multifaceted versus your more traditional color by numbers romantic film.
Yeah, I really like that. So I'm happy that this is 4. Number 3, no.
This is silly. This is what are we doing?
Eliza, is it Eliza? Whatever. And
let's say Eliza.
It doesn't matter. And the amphibian man in the Shape of Water. Whatever floats your boat, but this is not for me.
I'm very lukewarm on this movie.
Same. I just don't think it's that compelling of a connection between the two of them, and I think that it would have been a stronger film narrative to have her just want to be kind to someone, like to something or some entity that is experiencing this, without having it be like a love story.
The movie's not better for the romantic and even sexual sort of components of this relationship by any means. I'm very hit and miss with most Guillermo del Toro. I guess I'm finding out about myself. I was a little lukewarm on Frankenstein myself. Thought it was okay. I haven't really like loved a Guillermo del Toro since, admittedly, Pan's Labyrinth. I think I'm the same. His best movie.
Yeah, I think I'm the same way. Number 2. I'm gonna quit. Jackson and Ally from A Star Is Born, but the Lady Gaga Bradley Cooper one.
Look, this is far and away Lady Gaga's best acting performance because it's playing into
Her, pretty
an
much.
arena that she's
Yeah.
comfortable with. So, I mean, I would take this over House of Gucci any day of the week. And I'm a fan of this movie. I
You
don't think
are?
it's number 2. I like it. I think it's good.
Mm.
I enjoy it.
What about that part when they're sitting in the supermarket parking lot and he sucks a ring off her finger?
Well, how about the part where he pisses himself on stage?
That's more understandable. The sucking the ring off a finger? No. I don't know. This one, there's nothing here for me. There's no connection. I like the Shallow song, but when other people cover it, I don't know. This to be number 2, and knowing what number 1 is, there's like one glaring omission in this list for me. That's irritating.
Well, we'll get to it.
Yep.
With number 1, Joel and Clementine, Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind.
Fine. Very
Big fan
safe
of this.
pick. Yeah.
Big fan of this movie.
Yeah.
I like it a great deal.
It feels this. I'm not surprised by this being number 1 or being included or anything like that. This is, if it felt like it was going to be top 10 for sure.
It's not like this list was consistent at all. So
The fact that Phantom Thread is on here, but then also Jackson and Allie from A Star Is Born is boggling my brain.
This is cool. I love it. It just reminds me how much I miss Jim Carrey doing movies like this.
Yeah.
It's a gone era. He's stuck doing Sonic these days.
All right, what do you have a glaring omission?
Well, I just went to my letterbox and sorted films that I've logged or marked as seen under romance. Apparently, I've watched 175.
Okay.
And again, this list that we reviewed was from like 2023, so
Yeah.
obviously some of these movies aren't going to be listed in here. One that comes to mind that I haven't seen in a while, but it did come out on a Valentine's Day way back in the day.
50 Shades of Grey.
Her. Her.
Yeah.
Spike Jonze,
Yeah.
Joaquin Phoenix. It's an unconventional type of romantic film and love story. Obviously not petering towards, your typical
Right.
sort of guy-girl or whatever, sort of like human relationship with an AI here with her. But I think that the emotions and a lot of the sort of subtleties and what it says about heartbreak and relationships falling apart and what we look for in a relationship and the impact that one can have on someone's soul is really felt in that movie. And I think that the ability to do that with a voice and with like an AI with Scarlett Johansson's voice, I thought was an incredible like magic trick that Spike Jonze did. And the cast is great. I really like that movie a lot. It's probably my favorite Spike Jonze. And I would probably watch that over Valentine's Day. So that would be a good one for me.
Yeah.
What about you?
For me, my main omission is anything from the Before trilogy. I think that is just...
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
It's a
I
pretty
like that.
It's a pretty staggering like group of the 3 films that take place over the course of I think 20 some years that happen in real time. I think that those movies do such a beautiful job of kind of summing up love in these various different times in a person's life and how a relationship can change and how some things can get better and some things can get worse. And I just think that Before Sunset, the final scene of Before Sunset, just, you want to talk about chemistry. Nuts. Baby, you are going to miss that plane is a great, great line.
Well, in typical fashion, when we're not up against the gun, we are tragically over time. But you know what?
Ooh.
Listen to it over the weekend, y'all.
Yeah.
Get with your loved ones and make your own list and let us know what you think about the lists that we went through, the 61 famous movie couples per Cosmopolitan. They got a lot of things wrong. They got some things right. It was a fun list. I had a good time.
Me too.
I did want to pull up real quickly, though, another movie that was sort of ranked in my sort of romance movies on Letterboxd that I want to shout out because, damn, is it a good movie. All of Us Strangers.
Oh,
Andrew
yeah.
Scott,
That was on
Paul
my
Mescal.
list too.
What a beautiful movie. I saw you rated it very highly. I absolutely co-signed that movie.
It's fantastic.
Just absolutely tragic, that movie.
Yeah. It's
Love it.
beautiful.
But that was our episode 7 here of I Think You'll Hate This. Thank you all for listening or watching wherever you may. I'm not going to go through all the spiels of the socials because you always remind me, Tina, that it's always in the link. And all the links are in the description below. So that's all done for us, whether you're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple, wherever you get your pods, all the info there for you guys to follow us and engage with us. And I think that's it.
Go see Wuthering Heights, you know?
Yeah, you know what? That's funny. We should plug that because that's coming out this Valentine's Day. This episode releases on Valentine's Day. So come undone, I think is the mantra of that movie, the slogan.
Yeah, just end it there. Just end it. Say come undone again, and then we just end it.
Just come undone. That's it. We're done.
Oh, goodness.